Oh man, oh man, oh man, not again. Yeah, I learned the game from William Wesley. You can never check me. Back to back for the niggas that did.
How to make a cartoon illustration with Photoshop. So basically what you have to do is just follow everything I do and you'll be good. So first thing, you have to import the picture you want to convert to a cartoon. Do that, you just go to file, hit place. Alright, as soon as your picture has come into the documents window, at the top of the window there's an arrow, so you just click the arrow to confirm the import. So it's like, click the arrow, that's all. And yes, the picture is it's in place. So presently this image is not wide enough, so you can actually increase its width and height to your preference. Alright, so as soon as you've done that, you can actually move the picture in place to where you want it to be. Then you want to convert the background of this image. The background layer right below it. You want to convert that layer to an actual layer. Presently it's not a layer, it's a background. It's a background, so you to convert it, you double click on it. Yes, window pop up here. Okay. It becomes a layer, that's layer 0. You can see it's labeled layer 0. So right above this layer is the image you're converting to the cartoon. So first thing first, there are two ways you can go about this. You can make it one with an outline or without an outline. I actually prefer the one with outline because it actually makes emphasis on highlights and mid-tones and shadows more visible. So yeah, I actually prefer to use the outline method. So I'm gonna use that method in this tutorial. That's what I'm gonna use, the outline method. So just pay attention closely and you get it correctly. so you want to click on the image layer and you want to rasterize it. Yeah, you want to rasterize, convert it to a pixelated image. That is presently it's vector. Don't make it a pixel. So that's basically. So when you zoom in at the particular level, it becomes all the square boxes, stuff like that. So to do that, you basically want to right click and rasterize layer. That is it. So yeah, the layer has been rasterized. So right above the image, you can see there's a window. Uncheck that so the transform codes go away. So it's the image we're interested in. So I will begin with the head. Yeah, the head. So to do that, you want to zoom in on the head. By the way, you can actually use any kind of image you want, any type of image. It doesn't necessarily have to be a human being, it can be an animal, it can be anything. As a matter of fact, you basically have to just follow the process and you should be able to make absolutely any type of cartoon image you want as long as you have the original image. So that is it. So from first things first, you want to create a new layer. Rename it to outline. Sweet. Then you go to your brush, select the brush tool, and make sure the hardness is set to 100% and the size is set to 3 pixel. That is a 3 pixel. So with that you're good. So with that done, you are set to begin the drawing. So the thing is this, in order for you to achieve the sharp bends and all over the contours on the face, you would not be using your brush tool directly to draw. You'll be using the pen tool. So with the features the pen tool has, it's going to make the process a lot easier. So let's quickly begin. So let's zoom in a little bit more, and then you select the pen tool, and then you begin this way. So basically you have to just follow me, taking note of the keyboard shortcuts which will appear on the screen. So here it goes. You start at this point. Okay, let's go. And then you click the next point. This is the pencil, so follow what I do. You click the next point and you drag it to match the bend you want. So that is basically what you do. You drag it to match the bend. So that's how you would carry on the process. Now as soon as you've done that, you notice there's a node at the end. This is called a node. You want to delete that node in order for you to make its continuity smooth, because if you just basically like let me show you, you hit this point, you can see the next curve would follow the direction of the node right behind it. So you want to avoid some mistakes. You can actually keep it if you get very keen with this too, but if you're not very keen, you have to be very careful. So you want to delete this node. You know what, so I'm gonna make the hair a separate 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 outline section. So when you've done this, you want to paint over this line with your brush tool. So the pencil has made it a lot easier. What you basically have to just do is right click, but first of all I want to make sure this bend actually matches the bend on his face. So let's zoom in a little bit more. Start at this point. All right, so you want to basically right click and stroke path. Make sure it's a brush. Okay, so you see there's a brush drawn over our stroke, and you want to delete the path. Right click, delete path. That is it. So you've actually started it. Now let's quickly make the hair. So just follow me. You can use any type of image you prefer. absolutely any type of image you prefer. So just follow me whilst I actually try to create the hair. And hair can be a tough one. You want to make sure you keep it smooth and clean. Yeah. So you see, it's actually easier than you imagined. It's actually very easy when you get accustomed to using the pen tool. It's actually a great tool if you are actually a big fan of graphic designing. I really recommend you get accustomed to using the pen tool because pen tool is a great tool. So all right, so we're almost done with hair. Just a few more edges and we'll be done. And we're actually done with hair. So right now you want to fill this part. It's different from what we did previously. You're going to fill it this time around. You're not going to stroke it. So right click, you fill part with the foreground color, which is black presently, and the part will be filled with the foreground color. You want to delete the part right after that, and you see you have actually done the hair. So you want to make sure you actually draw completely over every edge. So it's actually smooth and neat. Yes, that is it. So you can see the hair is actually almost done. So next we can actually proceed to the jaw, the lips, the nose, and the ears. So I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to resume when I'm done with the outline layer. Alright, we're back, guys. So I'm done with the head, the outline. So yeah, I'm done. So you can see it. So basically this is what you are trying to achieve. You want to basically draw over the edges. Yeah, that is it. So at this point you can actually see you can actually see a black white version of the image. You go to the layer panel and you turn off the image layer. You can see that it's outline, so you can see it's actually looking good and ready to be fully painted to match our character. So you want to turn on the image layer back on. So I'm not going to do the whole body because that's going to take a long time. and I want to keep this tutorial as short as possible. So what you want to do next is create a new layer. Create a new layer, you name it skin, and then basically you want to grab your brush tool. Yes, your brush tool, and hit alt on your keyboard. Now you want to select, by the way, holding alt while holding alt with your brush tool basically gives it an eyedropper capability. That is, you can actually choose colors from an image from you can actually just choose colors from an image layer or anywhere else in your document window. So you hold alt and you search for a midtone on your character's your character skin. So let's search for one. While you're holding alt, you want to left click, you want to click left click, left click. So you search for a midtone. So you can see that is the highlight on the face because the light is coming from this side. You just use your imagination there, picture it with your mind and see how it works. Highlight, shadow, midtone. You understand how the idea works. So you select the midtone. So we have one. I think this looks all right. I guess that's cool. So you select the midtone and you want to now paint over basically every part of this character that has skin. You understand? So yeah, that is what you want to do. So how do you go about that? Very simple. With your brush tool, you basically start to paint. So that is it. Yeah. By the way, to turn up, to increase the width of your brush tool, you go to the bracket key on keyboard. For the right bracket, that's increase, the left bracket is decrease. So I'm going to increase this so I can paint comfortably. By the way, this new layer you've created, you want to change the blend option to multiply. Make sure it is, sorry, that is not the outline. Make the outline multiply. So yeah, you want to just paint, let's see, like so basically the new layer, I want to make that blending option multiply. Keep your outline as normal, make sure it's normal, do not change it to multiply. So you paint over you can actually turn off the image layer so you can actually paint it more easily. So you just do that, paint over. Paint over like that. So all right guys, we're back and you can see we're actually done with the skin layer. So you see we've actually painted over the regions that we're supposed to. So now we can actually move to the glasses or spectacles and the lips. So we want to paint all of that, then we'll move to the midtone, and then we finalize with the highlight. So that is basically the rundown I have over on how you will be doing this type of art in Photoshop. So next we'll create a new layer, call it glass, or name it whatever you want, and turn on the original image layer so you can actually see what the glass looks like. So you can actually select what the actual glass color looks like, but I do not want to do that. I'm going to use a golden color to make it all, nice and cool. So let's select gold, something close to gold, yellow, that gold, right. Add some effects to it if necessary. Just choose what sheet you can actually move it down to that color. So let's choose this. So make sure the layer is also set to multiply, and then you paint over the necessary region. So it's really easy. Select a brush to and paint over the necessary region. So you're doing great. By the way, if you actually um draw out of your point of interest, you can actually use your rubber to clean it out. You can use the rubber tool to clean it out. So, but you can actually just keep it precise so you do not lengthen the process and make it tedious for yourself, because it's actually quite a process. So basically that is what you want to do. So you see that I painted over this layer. Now I want to paint the um the handle of the glasses. Yes, paint the handle. I should use black, then another gold. I think, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Probably gray, black, gray, black, gray. All right, let's do gray. So yeah, so you want to paint over this layer. You should actually create a new layer. By the way, personally I advise create new layers for each new color you're adding into your work. Create a new layer so you can adjust things faster. That is the beauty. You make an error in a layer, it doesn't affect other layers. It's basically in that layer, so you don't have to bother about errors much. You make an error, basically take out the layer, it doesn't affect other layers. Other layers are untouched, so everything is smooth and easy. Yeah, this is a good color. No. Remember to make sure it is set to multiply. It is very important. It is set to multiply. These little bit of details are extremely important. Extremely important. So yes, and you can actually paint this layer once again. You can go back to the glass layer. Remember, that is the layer where this one color. You can use the Alt key to choose the color once again. You see, go over here, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, draw down. Alright, so we're actually done with the glasses, I think. So you want to paint inside of the glasses as well. So you create a new layer once again for this inner glass. Just name it to make sure it is actually something you can remember. Use a catchy word. So now you want to choose black color for the glasses. Black, pure black color. You can actually use the red. If you want to be more creative, you could use colors, but let's use red. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. Make sure the layer is multiply as well. Set it to multiply and paint. So that is it. you can see we're actually achieving something pretty cool. Yeah, I have some more videos on my channel, more educational videos. You can check them out. You can go check out my social media accounts, the kind of stuff I do. I have more tutorials I upload. You can find them there. You just have to follow me. Be careful not to paint in the wrong layer. So let's go back to the glass and paint the yellow. Oh, I think we should make this the gray. Yes, put it gray like this. Simple, and everything is set to go. So sweet. So you can see this image is looking pretty cool, pretty sweet. We should do the lip, and then we can actually proceed to the midtone and highlight. So you can turn back on the original image layer and select the color for the lip. You can see actually make sure you use a color that actually suits the lip. You know, you can do this in several ways. Doesn't really matter much, but I advise you make it look neat and clean, and that's all. So basically you select the color. You can turn off the layer once again, create a new layer, call it uh, call the layer the lip layer, and then you paint over the lip. Make sure you set it to multiply. Remember that, set it to multiply. Okay, so you can actually use whichever color you prefer. Just make sure um it is pretty close to what the actual image color is, so your cartoon will match your image. Right, so we're actually done here. So for the for inside of here, we're gonna keep that that. So now we move to the next part of this tutorial series. Now this part is where you create your mid-tone. You can see actually done with the face. It's done here. You can actually leave it this way, but it doesn't look as solid. To make it solid, you need to apply highlights and mid-tones. That is how it works. So in order to do that, you turn on back the original image layer, turn it back on, and you basically want to just picture it. You can see the light is coming from over here, so the shadow is cast on this side, the highlight is on this side, and the mid-tone is on that side, and so that is it. So this is the dark highlight and mid-tone. So from that, you can actually move to the next thing. You just zoom in, you create a new layer, you call it your mid. That is it. Call it your mid. And as soon as you have done that, you pick up your pen tool, and you basically want to now draw a shape over the sections where a shadow is cast on this image. So what we'll have is basically this, 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 this. What else? Yeah, you can actually just keep it a go. You just do that. You got the right hand. Keep it going. Okay, over here, blah blah blah, whatever. Just make sure you're doing it right. Just follow me. Use your uh, you know, use your mind. You should be able to figure it out. Just take a close look at the image, and that is it. Sweet, 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 sweet. So you can see what I'm doing here is this. I'm actually I actually drew into the outline layer, but we can actually fix that. So once you've done that, you want to turn off the original image layer. You select your alt tool, Ctrl Z, select your brush tool, pick up the original skin color, select the pen tool once again. Now you want to fill that part with that original skin color, fill it, and set the blending option to multiply. So once you have done that, you can see what is achieved. So now you delete the part, and you can see we have something appearing as a shadow cast. So you can actually now finish up the shadow region. Let's finish it up before we continue with what you would do. So you want to basically finish it up. Make sure you just draw over. See what I'm doing? This is actually a very cool process. When you figure it out, you're good, you know. You're nice, you're chill, so it's actually cool. So yes, now you don't have to worry if your your cut goes outside the skin layer. There's a solution to that, and we will actually use that solution. So I want to make sure apparently the highlight basically goes completely over the rest of the shape, so you can actually just draw around. Make sure you use your own image. You just follow the process, and it is going to be easy. So there we go, there we go, there we go. We almost done here. Almost done here, so. Oh, Alright, so we're done. So fill it, fill part, foreground color, okay. Turn off the original image layer. Then you delete the part. Now you can see we actually went out of the skin layer. Now in order to get rid of the bits that are outside the skin layer, whilst the layer you want to cut is highlighted, you hold Ctrl and select the skin layer, as in click the skin layer, and then you go to the top of your window, select inverse, and then you hit delete, and that is it. So you want to go to select and deselect, and we have a shadow. So you can see the shadow is looking pretty sweet. Turn back the original image layer on so we can actually catch the shadow on the other side. So let's quickly do that. So few parts. Okay, delete part. Let's finish it up, and then we can move to the next to the next can move to the next part where we do the highlights. Ooh, doo-doo-doo. Ooh, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ooh, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So remember what we're doing here. We're actually creating the mid tone, the mid tone, mid tone. All right. So let's check few pads, the pads. Pads. Okay, delete pad. Ta-da. Here we go. Good. All right, we're actually done with the shadow, and at this point, you can actually we're actually done. Let's go do the ear. Let's do the ear. We gotta make sure we touch every bit of it. That is how it works, friends, folks, viewers. You gotta take your time with the shadow. That is basically how drawing works. I mean, I don't know. You need your highlights and all that. As a matter of fact, if you are able to master this art, you can draw anything in Photoshop. How confused is that? You can draw anything in Photoshop. I guarantee you. You can draw anything in Photoshop. Absolutely anything. So. Okay. Good. So guys, we're actually done with the shadows. Yeah, now by the time you're done with the shadow, one thing, let me quickly draw some shadow in the lip here. We want some of it inside here. So want some of it. Okay, basically keep the white. No, we should keep the white, keep it back. Oh, here we go, white. I'm thinking about what to do with this side, but you know what? I'm gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna keep it like that. Or you know what? Second thought. I think we should go to the outline. Pick our brush tool. Yeah, and make sure it's black. Or basically it's just black. Go to outline and paint back in here. So I don't want this layer, standing sort of hard to cuss it's not filled and stuff. So. It's not really a good idea to do that, right? Okay, I'm just keep it white. Let's just keep it white since leave it that way. So basically, you go to the shadow layer you just created. You want to turn down the opacity, so this looks more realistic. If the opacity was really quite high, it make that stuff look really dark. So this is it. Turn down the opacity, make it about 50%, and you're actually done with this section. So where you want to concentrate now is the highlights finally. So the highlight, basically you just want to follow your image. So let's turn off the skin layer so you can catch the highlight. So you can see the highlights is basically this, the nose and down here. So let's quickly create that. So you make a new layer, rename it to highlights, and then you grab your pencil. By the way, this layer will be normal, not multiply. Keep it normal. Grab your pencil and you want to basically get the highlighted part of his face. You want to basically get the highlighted part of his face. That's actually cool, when you're doing it. Just need to take it easier. Okay, so now you use your brush to make sure you get all of the required places you wish to enhance. Alright, so we have actually drawn out all of our highlights. Now you just want to pick up your brush to hold Alt and get the highlight color. There we go. Cool. And pick up the pencil. Once again, you fill the parts, fill it with the foreground color, and then you delete the parts. Yes, you delete the parts, making sure you get all of the okay, getting that's cool. So now you can turn back skin layer on and turn off this original layer so you can see what it looks like. So basically your outline layer is all cool. Now you can see the outline layer sort of encroached into the shadow, so you want to keep that cut out. So you want to, while the now you need to pay attention at this point. It's very, very critical. You see the outline layer somehow encroached because I actually made it encroach into the shadow. You can see that encroaches into the shadow in some portions. So to make sure you cut out the parts that encroach into the shadow while the highlight layer is highlighted, you hold Control and click on your mid-tone. There we go, and you simply hit delete, and then you Control D to deselect, and now the highlight layer is in its own space. So you can actually turn down the opacity, but do not change it to multiply. You can turn down the opacity, turn it down. You can see it's even encroached into the outline layer, so you can actually do this, hold and click Control and just delete. So Control D. Alright, so you can see the highlight is done. highlights is done, you can actually turn it a bit lower, so it's fine. So that is it, guys. We're actually done with this image. We're done with the tutorial, so you can see this is basically how you make a cartoon out of an image. Now when you're done, you can actually just hide the original skin layer and export your image to whichever format it is you prefer. So that is it, guys. Bye. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you learned how to make your cartoon. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to this channel, of course, because I'll be uploading more cool videos about a whole bunch of stuff, Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere, After Effects. So subscribe to the channel. You can check out my social media accounts and of course follow to get the latest tutorials, of course. So that is it, guys. Bye.
Oh man, oh man, oh